TIFU by microwaving my soup for too long. I am on a liquid diet. Well, soft foods anyway. For a week due to a major tooth extraction, bone graft I had done last week. Basically, for the last few days I've been eating a lot of soup and things like mac and cheese that doesn't really require chewing and doesn't have anything crunchy or hard. Fine while I was off work. But tonight I had to come back in for my normal overnights. As usual, I left my house later than I wanted to and was running late on my way into work. I hadn't really considered how I was going to handle the issue of eating tonight. Normally I stop and get a burrito or a sandwich on my way into work. But these were both off the menu tonight due to the dental surgery. At least until the end of this week. It's mushy food only. And nothing spicy and nothing citrus. So I opted to get a couple of those microwavable bowls of soup at the convenience store instead. Figured, I can just nuke 'em at the office and I will be good for the night. A little bit of background about me. I'm fantastic in a laboratory, but I'm a nightmare in a kitchen. Cooking and operating things like a stove or a microwave have been met with very limited success in the past, and experience has taught me not to try these things by myself usually. Various fun stories about cooking mistakes that were so bad even the dog wouldn't eat them riddle my childhood. So suffice it to say, as an adult, I have to be very careful about trying to feed myself. This has resulted in multiple, as in more than one, calls to the fire department and emergency services in the past for various reasons. And at one point in time, an actual authority figure suggested to me that I should probably just stay away from the kitchen. So, I neglected these lessons tonight when I carefully read the instructions on the back of the microwavable soup container, which read, microwave on high 11/2 of a minute, less than no. There is no typo in that. This is exactly how I read it. Spaced as such. I won't go so far as to specifically name the brand here. But if you want to see this for yourself, this is the red one that an eccentric mid-20th century artist probably would have liked if he ate chunky chicken noodle. Anyway, on the stove, it usually takes about 510 minutes for this stuff to heat up. So, when I read 11.5 minutes, I didn't really question it. I set the timer and hit start and walked away, confident that modern technology had my back. Turns out, it did not, and I returned some 12 minutes later to a steaming hot boiling mess all over the microwave and the not so terribly unpleasant aroma of chicken noodle soup filling the air of our little shared sundries microwave. I now realize in retrospect that it was supposed to read as 1.5 minutes, not 11. After procuring a pair of Kevlar and asbestos-lined gloves to remove the nuclear fuel container that was now left irradiated in the microwave, I now face the unenviable task of figuring out how to clean this mess. It is fortunately mostly contained to the microwave itself. Just a little drippage outside. But I have been reminded of a valuable lesson tonight. And next time I need to heat up some soup, I will go use a glass beaker with Bunsen burner and a heat pad like a normal human being. TLDR. I microwaved a bowl of soup for 10 times as long as I was supposed to due to a font reading error. And I have probably ruined a microwave and caused my office to smell of chicken noodle soup for the rest of eternity. If it were me, I'd microwave it for 5 minutes. I told my kids always heat for 1 minute then check. You can always add more minutes. Can't take 'em away. 11 minutes is way too long for food for one person. Even a frozen meal wouldn't be more than 5 or 6 minutes. There, now you are educated in microwave times. By the way, try mashed potato, custard, and milkshakes when you get sick of the current stuff. Just no straws until it's healed. Use a spoon or a cup. We SLSO did lemonade popsicles. Ice blocks. Softened slightly in the microwave. and eaten out if a cup with a spoon was like a slushie. Oh, and jelly and ice cream. Thank God it wasn't fish chowder. Stay safe. Poorly printed directions have done me in a few times as well. 11 halves is just plain evil, and this could happen to anyone. Almost anyone. More than a few people. TIFU thinking this is about soap for way too long. When I was in 8th grade, I was making a package of Kraft mac and cheese without my glasses and ended up reading the 1/4 cup of milk as 4 cups of milk. Not as dangerous of a mistake, luckily, but my mom still makes fun of me and my macaroni soup. I've worked in a lab before, and you often need to follow specific instructions and double-check things. I am a nightmare in the kitchen when it comes to prepackaged food. I'm actually an amazing cook, but when it comes to heating something up, it always ends bad. ADHD. More than once I've put frozen meals in the oven and completely forgot about them. Like I wake up at 3 a.m. thinking, WTF is that smell? Quote, I have cooked frozen pizza without noticing the cardboard. Are we all just bypassing that 11 halves is most certainly not the same as 11 and a half? Lol, at least this story was entertaining to read. Feel better soon. My friend once made the exact same mistake with chicken nuggets. 11 and a half minutes in the microwave, and we were faced with smoldering lumps of dinosaur-shaped charcoal. Surprises me how inept some adults are when it comes to cooking, microwaving food. If you make this mistake as a kid, it's reasonable and then you learn from it. But an adult doing this is wild. That was the longest story about microwaving soup. Damn. You can't be serious, unless you're like 8 years old or something.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.